Hi, it's Paula and it's Wisdom Wednesday. Today I want to talk about rocks and dirt and sand and water. You might be wondering why I'm going to talk about all these things. Well, let's talk about rocks. Rocks are your values. They are the things that are most important in your life. They are the underpinnings. They are the most guiding principles that you have. Let's think about a jar, and we're going to fill that jar with those rocks, sand, water, pebbles. But you want to start by putting in those rocks, your values. Because if you fill that jar up with your rocks first, you'll be doing quite well. So then we add in the other activities. Those would be, let's say, the pebbles. Those are the activities that you do day in and day out. Sometimes you think about them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're obligations, sometimes they're wants and needs, but they fill in the jar. And about now, you're thinking, that jar is full, but you want to pour in a little bit more. These are the distractions. These are the other activities. This is the phone ringing. This is the email. And you pour in some sand. And you're like, okay, that jar is full. I cannot fill that anymore. But wait, look what's behind me. Water. Those are all the other activities that just pour into our lives. And you pour those into your jar as well. And you are overflowing at this point. You can't believe that you could stuff in one more thing. And really, you can't. But you put in those rocks first, your values. What's most important to you, your guiding principles. And when you live your life based on your rocks, those values, decisions become much easier. Will I say yes to this or will I say no? And it becomes so important to figure out what your rocks are. Because if you fill that jar up with the water first, there's no room for the rocks. There's no room for the sand, the pebbles, and you will be distracted and you won't focus on what's most important in your life. And you know what happens when we don't focus on what's most important? We become rudderless. We just drift in the wind and we live the lives of other people. Or sometimes we live lives of quiet desperation. They're not our lives. They're not the lives we want to choose for ourselves. So today, I urge you to think about, what are your rocks filling your jar? Those values that are most important, that guide you every day. And that's another Wisdom Wednesday.